Hello, welcome back to 2K14 Universe. It's me, Jitch, and you are watching Friday Night SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, Cena.
That was my slight impression of Vince McMahon, the reason I'm having an incredibly hard time watching old school Raw at the moment. I think he might, honest to God, not even thinking about who he is as a person or some silly little backstage thing you guys want to overanalyze and talk about. Just talking about as a commentator and nothing more. I think Vince might be one of the worst commentators of all time. For real. Anyway, we're kicking things off with a very unique opening match here tonight.
Approaching the ring, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 227 pounds, Christian.
2 years ago, here on the SmackDown brand, John Cena won his first WWE Championship from this man, Christian. Christian right now is at a loss for words with what's going on with Edge and Bret Hart and everything. He says, well, if Edge is going to go walk into the spotlight and become a main eventer, Christian doesn't want to help Edge right now. He wants Edge to figure things out for himself. He says, the team's not finished, the team's not over, but Christian is not getting on the same page as Bret Hart. And so Christian simply requested a match to kick off tonight's SmackDown to further confirm that he will not be the partner on the side of Edge and Bret Hart in our main event tonight. So announced 7,000 weeks ago when I last did SmackDown, there'll be a 6-man tag team match main eventing here tonight. So there we go, John Cena and Christian one-on-one. Yes, there'll be a 6-man tag team match in our main event of SmackDown tonight. On one side, you've got Damien Sandow and JBL with a partner of their choosing. And on the other side, you've got Bret Hart and Edge with a partner of their choosing. And then next week here on SmackDown, Damien Sandow gets his rematch clause. The one-on-one match, or as he's calling it, the championship unification match. The fake championship that he claims Bret is carrying. And his very real World Heavyweight Championship will be unified next week between Bret Hart and Damien Sandow. I got some interesting news for you all, because Bret Hart has been saying, as the fighting champion that he is, once he is done with Damien Sandow, he doesn't want to be done defending his World Heavyweight Championship that week. Bret Hart has requested, and I have no idea if this is going to get put through as accepted or not. This is unheard of. Honest to God, this is completely unheard of. Bret Hart has requested that his World Heavyweight Championship match scheduled with Triple H at Hell in a Cell be pushed forward a whole month, and the two face off for the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions next Sunday. Now, originally Night of Champions was scheduled to be a Raw event, but as it currently stands, Kofi Kingston has accepted the challenge by the former European champion Zack Ryder for a rematch. So we do have a SmackDown superstar appearing at this Raw exclusive event. Could it no longer be a Raw exclusive event? Could we be witnessing a shift of some kind if Bret Hart can get his way? Now, he does have to get through Damien Sandow next week in their championship unification match first. Triple H has said, hey, if I get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, that just means I get my hands on it 1 month quicker. I'm happy with that. So it's a possibility. It could happen. If there's one thing I've learned about our SmackDown general manager, Paul Heyman, it's that the guy loves his anarchy. He loves to just kind of let the inmates run the asylum, so to speak. Well, anyway, we got your usual 6 matches here on SmackDown tonight, and this is a great way to kick things off in regards to what else you can expect here tonight on SmackDown. Well, I don't know. No, really, I booked this episode like 2 weeks ago. I really don't remember. What's coming? The game saves you a card, so I don't have to remember it. I do have it on a note on my phone, but I don't currently have that available to me, so it's gonna be a big surprise to me what's coming out your way tonight on SmackDown. So Christian, John Cena, he maybe isn't currently in the spotlight, so to speak, but he's got a lot to prove right now. John Cena says that he would love to get his hands on the World Heavyweight Championship, but he understands after losing his series of matches to Sheamus that perhaps he's not at the front of the line right now. Great move there by Christian. And this would be so redeeming for Christian to beat the man that took his WWE Championship away 2 years ago here on SmackDown. There's so much history in this ring right now. Christian with a, oh, John Cena even with a big 5-knuckle shuffle. And now Cena looking to get that attitude adjustment. He got him up. And now he's going to bring him down. Woo! John Cena dragging Christian away from the ropes. Into the cover, and John Cena sweeps Christian here tonight. And after that loss to Sheamus, this is a great bounce back for Mr. Cena.
Here is your winner,
John Cena. What does the future hold for this man? Multi-time WWE champion, former Intercontinental champion. You gotta believe there's more in the tank for Mr. Cena. Well, he is victorious here tonight as we move on to our next match. What might that be? I'm gonna have to quickly evaluate the card in a minute because I actually really don't know what's coming tonight. Let's find out. Well, this was announced the moment Fandango defeated Sin Cara to come here to SmackDown. It is time for Fandango's SmackDown debut.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
I just realized, I mean, they're probably just exaggerating it for the game, but like, was there ever a time that they actually seated people like kind of behind the Minitrons on the side, like the big Walltrons? No, right? No way. Like, they literally see nothing. There would be no point in going to that. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. There's like little gaps in between the Trons, and you can see there's like a whole crowd back there, and like, there's no way that they seriously did that in real life. You can see it on the left there. Like, they wouldn't see anything. What would be the point? Well, this is it. The SmackDown debut of someone that I think is going to be a real sensation here on SmackDown. There he is. This guy really stole the hearts of the NXT universe. He was a big hit down there, and now he finds his way here to SmackDown. And after nearly defeating a giant, an indestructible giant, Andre the Giant, for the NXT Championship on several instances in their matchup, you gotta wonder if perhaps Fandango can utilize what he's learned from his match with Andre the Giant, and perhaps he's got some kind of upper hand over, I don't know, the Intercontinental Champ. Oh, very nice. The Intercontinental Champion Big Show? Maybe. I'd be very interested to find out. That is one giant here on SmackDown who is holding a championship. You could somewhat liken Andre the Giant to the Big Show. I think Big Show's a little more agile than Andre the Giant. I think he's definitely, in some senses, a tougher opponent. And that's not me trying to disrespect Andre the Giant. I'm just saying, like, I do feel that perhaps there is an advantage to Big Show there. And of course, with Fandango is the current Divas champion making her first ever SmackDown appearance as well, I believe. I don't think she's ever appeared here on SmackDown. Obviously, the Divas can compete here on SmackDown as well as Raw, but they primarily compete over on Raw. And Rey Mysterio obviously upset with this guy for sending off his tag team partner Sin Cara. That brings us to tonight's matchup. And right now, Rey is the bottom-ranked guy on SmackDown. This is the first stepping stone for Fandango. I'd definitely say Fandango's got to brace himself. Rey Mysterio, former United States champion, Intercontinental champion, Cruiserweight champion. He's definitely had his taste of success here on SmackDown. He's going to be a tough first opponent. A lot of people believe that Sin Cara was kind of the anchor to Rey Mysterio's momentum, that actually he was setting Rey back quite a bit. Well, I guess we'll find out now, won't we? Because Rey is all by himself once again. Huge loss for the SmackDown tag division, though, I will say that. Right now, that tag division is run a little high and dry, and obviously Jericho are dominating as the tag team champions. They don't really have a lot of competition. Ever since we lost the Brothers of Destruction, with whatever the hell happened to Kane. Spin out heel leg drop thingy-majiggy by Rey. Coming up next, we got an interesting one. Actually, the Intercontinental Champion, I just spoke about him, the Big Show. He'll be in action. He's set to face off against Eddie Guerrero, one of the top contenders right now for the Intercontinental Championship. Big Show has just been on a tear through everyone that has staked their claim, their opportunity, a shot at the Intercontinental title. And he looks to knock off Eddie Guerrero here tonight and continue to build momentum as the dominant Intercontinental Champion that he is perceived to be. Can he do it? Very, very stacked episode of SmackDown here tonight. And there's that heel kick by Fandango. That has been the near finish of a lot of matches. Will it be here tonight? Oh my god! What? Oh, Rey. Oh, Rey, no. Well, a very impressive debut for Fandango. Very impressive superstar. A lot of history. Just dominated by Fandango. What a way to make a first impression. I think this is going to be a real game changer here on SmackDown. Fandango is victorious as we move on to the match I just spoke about. Big Show and Eddie Guerrero for the first time here on SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Well, this should be an interesting one-on-one match here tonight. As I said before, Eddie Guerrero currently one of the front runners for a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, and Big Show has just been knocking off challenger after challenger like it is nothing. Eddie has not yet won a championship, actually. I feel like that's quite criminal. A very, very talented and important part of the SmackDown roster, if you ask me, but he has not yet won a championship. He's had a couple opportunities here and there at titles, but he has not actually been able to win when it has mattered most. Despite the fact that Eddie has consistently been one of the top superstars here on SmackDown in the rankings ever since they were first introduced. Well, he has definitely got a task ahead of him tonight, though. One-on-one with the Big Show. That is not going to be easy for Latino Heat. Here comes the Intercontinental Champion. Kaboom.
And approaching the ring, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, the
And is a very decorated superstar right now in possession of 2 of the 3 championships that are currently here on SmackDown. Chris Jericho with a guaranteed shot at the World Heavyweight Championship whenever he wants it. Will Jericho close out this year in possession of every championship on SmackDown? The way things are going right now, it's looking pretty probable. Well, Eddie got to be quick on his feet there, and that's a great way to start things off. I don't know how easy it's going to be for Eddie Guerrero to take down the Big Show, but he has pulled off many upsets in the past. He's definitely impressive. As I said, maybe he hasn't won where it matters most in the past, but that doesn't necessarily mean rule this guy out. Eddie Guerrero can really impress on any given night, and tonight could be a huge night for Eddie Guerrero to defeat the Intercontinental Champion and one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Big Show. And now initially, a part of me would say perhaps now with Sin Cara out of the picture, Eddie would look into reuniting with Rey Mysterio, but after the year they've had, the rivalry they've had, I don't think Eddie has any interest in getting back in line with Rey. And, you know, as much as I hate to say this, as much as I hate to think like this, I actually think it would be a detriment to Eddie Guerrero to reunite with Rey anyway. Right now, I think Rey is... pains me to say this, genuinely doing worse than anyone else here on SmackDown. He could very well be next to find himself down on NXT, I'll put it that way.
Big Show easily counters that. What a display.
Big Show dominant in control against Eddie Guerrero right away. It's going to take a lot of wit from Eddie. That's something that he definitely possesses, though. This guy's very smart.
Offense doesn't get much simpler than that.
I'd say he's
putting those educated feet to good use.
I was about to say second to only Chris Jericho, but actually I think those two are quite evenly matched when you talk about the in-ring smarts and the things these guys can pull. I'd put Jericho and Eddie very similar in that vein. Obviously Jericho, the partner of the Big Show, not present here tonight as far as I know. He's not scheduled for any matches, and he's not here at ringside for the Big Show's match. And obviously if you're Eddie Guerrero, you got to remain cautious of that, because just because you don't see Jericho now doesn't mean you won't see Jericho at all.
What a great match we have here on Friday Night SmackDown.
I say this week in and week out, but that 6-man tag is another perfect opportunity for Chris Jericho to potentially cash in his Money in the Bank contract. Seems to be really biding his time. You know, I can't help but wonder if maybe what Jericho is kind of anticipating and working on is he's aware that, you know, Bret Hart is overcoming these obstacles. He's willing to defend his championship week in, week out. He's doing it. He is succeeding in that regard, but perhaps something Jericho has noted, something that's kind of crossed my brain, is well, Bret is very much wearing himself thin by doing it. He's making himself a very easy target for Chris Jericho. Big Show now looking perhaps for the knockout punch, the WMD, and nope, change of plans, choke slam. Eddie Guerrero perfectly positioned for a pinfall from the Big Show. This one is over. It's going to take a miracle to take that Intercontinental Championship and those World Tag Team Championships away from Big Show.
Here is your winner, the Big Show.
Well, at least one superstar is happy that this one's
That
over.
was a defiant victory from the Big Show. Very similar to what we just saw from Fandango in a sense. Very quick, very short, very to the point. And this guy seems to be getting awful comfortable on top right now. I mean, honestly, you know, Big Show, if he wanted to be, if there was a loophole where he could do it, this guy could be a triple champion, I'm telling you. He has got more wins than anyone else in this entire universe. That's how successful the Big Show has been. He's on, it's like his 64th, 65th victory right there. This guy is incredible. Speaking of incredible, though, up next we've got ourselves a great match. I can't wait to see what happens in this one. Triple H and Sheamus are set to go one-on-one next.
to the ring. From Dublin, Ireland, weighing 272 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Both superstars look ready. I'm excited for this one.
Well, this should be a real good one. Triple H and Sheamus. I don't know that we've seen these guys ever face off before. Either way, I'm really looking forward to this. Smack bang in the middle of SmackDown. I'll tell you what, compared to the last couple matches we had, this one will not be short and it will not be simple. This is going to be a great and I'd imagine very competitive match here. I was about to say main event. This is not the main event. We've still got 2 more matches after this. But this is going to be a big one. Oh, believe me.
Approaching the ring from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing 244 pounds, Triple H.
Oh, there he is, and this week he's looking very jacked. Some weeks he loses his abs. Some weeks he's got them, some weeks he doesn't. And it's not even an attire thing, it's just some weeks they're not there and some weeks they are. I don't ever really change Triple H's attire. I don't really know what's up with that. It's very strange. I think it happens to The Rock as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably like the PS3 version's a little weaker, so like it doesn't always load in properly or something, like it's like a texture thing. So I think it's been proven quite a lot of times. The PS3 is quite a bit weaker than the Xbox 360. I used to do all of these on the 360. I don't really know why I switched over. I think I just liked the idea of having all my achievements in one place, because I liked collecting trophies on the PS4. I didn't like the Xbox One at all, actually. I don't know why I said really. I did not like the Xbox One. Whereas I like my PS4 quite a lot. Well, as much as I can like something non-Nintendo. I wouldn't really say quite a lot. Yeah, I believe it's been shown quite a few times that the PS3 will lag on bits that the Xbox doesn't. Which is a real shit. I mean, honestly, I think when it comes to this generation, I definitely think the 360 dominated. I do prefer the 360. My controller's a bit whack for my 360, but then it's had like a decade plus of use. Whereas my PS3 controller is basically unused, because I got it after the PS3 cycle had already ended. The PS4 was quite a bit out when I got my first PS3. Yeah, the PS4 was already out for quite a while, is what I meant to say. I think I got my first PS3 in like 2015 or 16, something like that. A family member was just getting rid of one, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And then I heard about how many games can perform at 60 for some reason on the PS3. I think it's the PS3 limits a lot of games to 720p. It can get a better frame rate out of them. Whereas basically, like, you're picking frame rate over graphics, I think. I think the Xbox plays a lot of games in a higher resolution, but they're all more 30 FPS, whereas the PS3 was higher frame rate, but the games looked a little less graphical. If you look at Xbox 360 gameplay of this game, it generally does look a bit better, I must admit. I think I made the wrong choice with this. The only reason I like the idea of doing it on the PS3 is there are certain ways where you can get the DLC, and I never owned the NWO DLC, so it did come in handy. I have all the rest on Xbox, I'm pretty sure. I got everything in 13 and 12 and 11. Yeah, I had all the DLC in 11, yeah. Because I got the Hitman edition for 11 by mistake. I wish I'd never gotten rid of that. I quite liked that case. It was really cool. And the one DLC in 2010. Do you remember that when Stone Cold Steve Austin was like exclusively DLC in 2010? I think it was SVR 2010. It was Austin as exclusive DLC. You could get code from certain pre-orders that gave you a code for The Rock, but The Rock was in the game. You could just unlock him through the story mode, whereas Austin was only DLC in that game. I don't know why. really weird. 2010 was a weird game though. I have like no memories with that game. Pretty much none at all. Big strikes by Sheamus coming in hot. Really looking forward to that 6-man tag team match main event tonight. You know, I can't even imagine who is going to be willingly teaming with Sandow and JBL. I think there's going to be quite a few people that would be honored to team with the Hitman and, you know, maybe okay to team with Edge. I think a lot of people still don't trust Edge. Truth be told, Edge won me over back at SummerSlam when he counted the 3 count for Bret Hart and he didn't cheat him over in any way. At that moment, for me, I knew that Edge has turned a new leaf. But you know, it's a documented fact. Edge looked up to Bret when he was younger. He had a lot of respect for Bret. Bret is one of the inspiring people that got him into this industry. I think it's a privilege for Edge to be teaming up with that icon. And I don't think he'd ever turn his back on Bret Hart, I'm going to be honest. And if he did, well, I think it would come as a real shock to a lot of people. I think that he had his time where he was crossing Bret. But I think once he finally got that recognition, he got aligned with him, I don't think he's ever going to let that slip. I think that's something that Christian is just going to have to come to terms with. Well, that was an interesting strike there by Triple H. Crazy to think that this time next week, if Bret Hart can retain the World Heavyweight Championship against Damien Sandow, that we could actually be witnessing Triple H versus Bret Hart next Sunday at Night of Champions for the World Heavyweight Championship. Could this be the end of the dual-branded event? Maybe. I mean, the solo-branded. In the corner, the big clothesline takes down Triple H. Sheamus, very impressive as he is in control again.
And he gets out of the way. And a reversal from Sheamus.
Goes for a big chop. Triple H with a DDT. Oh, and the knee. Triple H very in control of Sheamus right now, and this is an important match for Triple H. He can't really afford to lose any momentum on the road to his World Heavyweight Championship match. He defeated Randy Orton in that last man standing match. Randy Orton is out of the World Heavyweight Champion picture. In fact, we haven't seen or heard from Randy Orton since losing at SummerSlam to Triple H. It's got to be a tough pill to swallow for Randy. To be told that you can no longer challenge for the championship you have been heavily pursuing. That's got to be tough. Triple H blocking Sheamus and goes for a right hand, but Sheamus able to reverse it. And once again, these two back and forth. And I've got to say, so far, Triple H done a lot of damage to Sheamus, including busting him open. Submission hold applied. Is this the end of Sheamus? I could believe it. I could definitely believe it. Interesting match coming up next following his loss to Bret Hart last week in the main event. Ryback has challenged one of Bret's personal friends, Ricky Steamboat, to a one-on-one match. He says that he learned a lot. Well, there's Randy now, actually. Seems like both Triple H and Sheamus aren't too happy about this. And obviously Randy, I guess now that he's out of the World Heavyweight Championship picture, perhaps he's still got some personal vendetta against Triple H, or maybe he's setting his sights on Sheamus. I don't know. I believe Triple H telling Randy to get out of here and German suplex.
He landed right on his neck from that German suplex. You have to respect the confidence and poise Triple H is showing.
DDT.
Stay down. Stay down.
Triple H now perhaps looking to hit the pedigree on Sheamus. Yep. Randy Orton mouthing off on the outside. Triple H paying no mind. Smart move. Oh, here we go. Well, a good move by Triple H to turn around and focus on what's going on inside the ring. And Sheamus kicks out of the pedigree. Two great former World Heavyweight Champions in this match right now. Sheamus, the longest ever. I believe Triple H is actually the second longest World Heavyweight Champion. I might be wrong about that. And Triple H telling Randy, get the hell out of here. What are you doing?
off the leg. Wow.
Let's really kick the midsection. Sheamus with a reversal.
I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Oh, that elbow's gotta hurt.
Big side suplex. Can you believe, by the way, that it is September right now, and in real life and in the universe, and when we hit October, in real life, not in the universe, I'll have been doing 14 for a whole year. Whoopsie. I really want to finish this series. I really, really, really do. I always have such a hard time just actually getting myself to sit down and do it. It's a lot like watching wrestling. I have a hard time, like, if there's like a pay-per-view on, I'll watch that. Gladly. I'll sit down and watch that. I mean, I can't anymore because I actually work the night that those are on now. So I can't watch those live anymore. But I used to. I used to actually watch those live. And I'll still try to like avoid spoilers during my work shift and then watch them if I can. I'll try. But other than that, I never watch like Raw or SmackDown. I read about them. I keep up with the results. I never actually sit and watch the whole things. I think my biggest problem with wrestling, and I'm not trying to like criticize it. I'm glad that this is something that people like really enjoy. I think my only problem with wrestling is I think it takes up too much of your day to keep up with. You know, like if you want to watch like AEW, TNA, sorry, Impact, and WWE, maybe like Ring of Honor as well. Like you're watching wrestling every day, possibly more than once in a day. I just can't imagine watching it that many hours. Like I'm glad that there are people that enjoy it. In fact, like a lot of people say, like we're going through like another boom in wrestling, which is really cool to see. Like I'm happy for it. It's just I can't sit and watch it like I used to. And then people will be like, "What do you think of that match?" I'll be like, "I don't know," because when it was on, I was on my phone. I try to actually pay attention when I do Universe. I think that's one of the reasons that it takes me a little longer to do. Triple H, what are you doing? Why? Pedigree on the outside. Is he just trying to hurt Sheamus? I mean, that's gotta be it, right? What?
At what point, King, do those thoughts creep in of
Belly to belly. Drops down Triple H.
I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever have those thoughts of self-doubt.
Now a strike from Triple H, and back and forth these two are going. Once again, and look at the state that Sheamus is in. At some point, this guy's got to know when to quit.
Uh-oh, look at this, King. Oh, man, that's one position you don't want to be in. Oh, man.
Take the boot into the face of Sheamus. Is this going to be it? I'm glad it wasn't. That would have been a very underwhelming finish. Honestly, at this point, it's just a question of when will Sheamus' body give out. If he can beat Triple H, I'll be amazed. I think he just lit Triple H's chest up. If this was a game that was capable of processing that. Like the game that came out 3 years before it. Remember when 2011 had like bruising? When like their chest would go like a different color, remember that? Haven't they like never done that since? Like even like the current day ones, that doesn't happen. I feel like with like Sheamus and Walter's like famous chops and stuff that they do nowadays, that might actually become a priority for them to put in the game again. I mean, it might already be, I don't know. I don't really play the new ones very much. I normally pick them up, play the story mode, then don't touch them again. They're a real waste of money to buy these days, for me personally. Like, they're not a waste of money, and this is like they're bad. They're a waste of money as in, like, I really don't get my money's worth. I do so little with them. I think Triple H must, at least to a degree, be getting some kind of newfound respect for Sheamus here tonight. I'll tell you that much. This guy is definitely putting a new meaning to the words Celtic Warrior. Celtic Guardian, am I right? Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, that's going to be it. That's going to be it right there. 13 minutes deep. I told you this match was not going to run short. I knew it wouldn't. Two World Championship caliber superstars. You just knew they were going to tear each other apart. Triple H dragged away from the ropes and into the cover by Sheamus. Is this the end? Still no. And now into the corner. Sheamus has really turned momentum around for himself. What a weird move that was. I think it really hurt Triple H. I'm not surprised. Phil Nelson here by Triple H. Is he going to force a submission out of Sheamus, or is he going to make Sheamus pass out, maybe? I think that blood is just flowing to the head with that submission hold. That's not how that works at all, but that's what I'm going to say because I'm a wrestling commentator and I like the bullshit. 6 minutes remaining in this match. 14 minutes these guys have been going at it. But the thing is, it's been so dominantly Triple H that I can't help but think we are coming to an end here. Sheamus can't possibly keep kicking out. He can't. He just can't. This has to be it. He's still kicking out. Pedigree. Pedigree incoming. Oh, Sheamus with a reversal. And, okay, I thought he was going to go for a bro kick. He changed his mind. And now a high cross. A high cross by Sheamus. Drops him down. What an amazing turnaround this could be here for Sheamus. Triple H in the center of the ring. Oh my God. Sends him crashing down into the mat. 15 minutes passed on the time. 5 remaining before we get a time limit draw, which is starting to look like a possibility. Pump handle into a fall away. Sheamus covers Triple H once again and another kick out. This match has slowed down quite a bit now, but it is in the favor of Sheamus at long last after Triple H has been so dominant throughout. And a powerbomb. And now Sheamus, Irish curse. That could be the end of this. Is it enough? Triple H kicks out. And once again, Sheamus priming Triple H in position for the high cross. And at the 16-minute mark, have we just witnessed the end of this one and another big win for Sheamus? Yes. Sheamus just pinned the top contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And with this victory, I can't help but wonder, is this man next in line for the big gold? That was a war. That is going to be a tough, tough match to follow throughout the rest of the night. These guys just put on a match of the year contender. Incredible match between these two. Sheamus is the winner. Ryback faces Ricky Steamboat next, I guess. What a change in tone that'll be. That's a little late.
Making his way to the ring, from Sin City, weighing 291 pounds, Ryback.
Oh, here we go. Ryback and Ricky Steamboat. Here we go. That's all I really have to say about this one. Following Sheamus and Triple H, this is definitely a very different match. And we still have our 6-man tag team main event to go. But yeah, I knew that last match was going to be big. I was not expecting that.
And approaching the ring, from Hawaii, weighing 237 pounds, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Well, admittedly, I don't really feel like we see Steamboat too often here on SmackDown. I feel like perhaps there's more to this guy than what we've witnessed. But this is his return run. He left in... 2011? Yeah, it was 2011 that we last saw Ricky Steamboat. He's a member of the Raw roster. Made his comeback a year later. Yeah, that would be right. I'd really think about that for a minute. When I say 2011, I mean like February or something. But, and this is Ricky's first time being a SmackDown superstar. This is only his third or fourth match since returning. We haven't really seen too much of him at all, but it's always great to see the Dragon in action. Ryback may have bitten off more than he could chew here tonight. You know, you don't want to underestimate Ricky Steamboat. If Ryback can lose to Robert Scorpio, he can absolutely lose to Ricky Steamboat. Speaking of Robert Scorpio, what the hell ever happened to that guy? Well, up next is our main event, 6-man tag team match. I've been touting it all night. I'll tout it out once more. Remember tout? I'll talk about it once more. That is a 6-man tag team match coming up next. On one side, Damien Sandow, JBL, and a partner of their choosing. On the other side, the World Heavyweight Champion Bret Hart, his close friend Edge, and a partner of their choosing. There are some that believe that maybe Christian was just jerking us. Maybe we'll see him align with either side tonight. You know, you could easily see Christian, in spite of Bret taking Edge away from him, go on the opposing side. It's entirely possible. Should make for a real interesting main event, whatever ends up happening. Ryback just kicking the hell out of Ricky Steamboat. I thought Ryback had a great showing for the World Heavyweight Championship last week against Bret. Very surprising performance. I'd always wondered how this man would compete for a World Championship, and I want to know more. It was a good match, to be fair. Then you don't often hear with the name Ryback. I like Ryback, alright, as a wrestler. I don't really have a lot to say about the person. He can be a little off his rocker, and he can say some real stupid shit. And for that, I don't particularly care for him, but you know, I don't really want to go into it any further than that. Universe Ryback's fine though. He doesn't talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, you've tuned in to Friday night's most exciting show.
Hip toss by Ricky Steamboat. This is a really important match for Ricky Steamboat here tonight, because if you can beat Ryback, he may be able to get, you know, a little bit more appearances here on SmackDown in the foreseeable future. Ryback firing up. Uh-oh. Look out, Ricky. John Cena's going to have to come out here and put Ryback through a table to send the crowd home happy. Good times. Good times. There's the table. Ryback with a big meat hook clothesline. Jeez. See, we've got Charizard fan in the building over there. Cover attempt here by Ryback on Steamboat, and Steamboat kicks out.
Man, this is one of those matches you just like to sit back and enjoy watching.
Ah, yeah, everyone's favorite spot, the hardest part of the ring. Woo-wee! He did it. The fans are going wild for a DDT. It's 1986 all over again.
Steamboat is simply amazing.
Oh, wow. Over the steps goes Ryback. Been a real stacked episode of SmackDown so far here tonight. I feel like we've seen so much star power, as we often do on Friday nights. Let this be a reminder that next week the World Heavyweight Championship is defended here on SmackDown. Cannot wait to see that one. Bret Hart and Damien Sandow, a SummerSlam rematch. No special referee, no excuses, no injuries, nothing like that. Just Bret and Damien, one-on-one. As Damien says, to determine who is the real World Heavyweight Champion. It's really not up for debate because Damien doesn't own the World Heavyweight Championship. Big meat hook once again by Ryback into the cover, and that is the end of Ricky Steamboat here tonight. Well, I got a lot of respect for the Dragon. I think he's a great wrestler, but unfortunately Ryback just hit that little bit harder tonight.
Here is your winner, Ryback.
What an incredible match. That one could have gone either way.
Ryback is the winner, and we've got one more match. We got to keep this show moving. We don't have time to watch Ryback stamp around and do his little mantra. So we're going to get on with it. Up next, six-man tag team match. Tag team match. Tag team match. Tag team match. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
The following six-man contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, what a way to start the entrances. The World Heavyweight Champion, the Hitman. We got to just keep this moving. This is going to take too long. Bret Hart coming down to the ring, World Heavyweight Championship, round his waist, ready for big six-man tag team action. As I imagine we are now awaiting the arrival of his tag team partner, Edge. Is that right? Yeah, it is right. Okay. There he is. It's Edge. I don't really have anything more to say than that. These two have formed quite a great little alliance with one another. I really hope this isn't the end of Edge and Christian, that Christian can come around.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, the rated R superstar, Edge.
I wouldn't bet money on that ever happening, but, you know, I'd like to believe that at some point Christian will come around and we can get that great tag team back. You know, they've never held the World Tag Team titles, and they were such great WWE Tag Team champions. I'd love to see Jarrus show up against Edge and Christian, especially with Bret in their corner. I think that would be phenomenal. But who knows? Right now, that's very much out of the question. Christian has nothing to do with him, but he could be their part. Oh! Well, would you look at this?
And their partner, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
Well, as it currently stands, Randy is banned from the World Heavyweight Championship. He will not be able to challenge for that title after his loss back at SummerSlam to Triple H. And we saw him earlier in the night getting involved in the match between Triple H and Sheamus. I couldn't really tell what he was trying to do there. It actually seemed like he was distracting Sheamus a little more than Triple H at points, but I don't really know what Randy's up to. I don't think anyone ever does know what Randy is up to. I really thought that the rivalry between him and Triple H was finished back at SummerSlam. It was always about the World Heavyweight Championship, which this man can no longer challenge for. I do wonder what is next in the line for this guy, what he will go for looking towards the future. He still has the Intercontinental Championship as an option. You can always partner up with someone and go for the tag titles. So either way, if you're Big Show, this guy will probably be targeting you. Now we await the arrival of their opponents for tonight's big 6-man tag team match. And I do wonder who Sandow and JBL could have up their sleeve. There's a lot of people here on SmackDown that I could see wanting to get involved with the World Heavyweight Champion. Not this one, the real World Heavyweight Champion.
From Palo Alto, California, weighing 247 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the self-professed intellectual savior of the masses, Damien Sandow.
Well, I'll say it a million times. I don't understand how one man can be as delusional as Damien Sandow. Wearing a fake championship and calling yourself the real champion is a low I have never seen anyone sink to before. This is something else. This guy is insistent that he is the rightful World Heavyweight Champion, and that Edge cheated him out of the World Heavyweight title match. The match should have been called off when he was injured, but Edge favored his friend Bret. Wait a minute. That's not JBL. Well, I guess we know who the mystery partner is, but where's JBL?
From Detroit, Michigan, weighing 276 pounds, Scott Steiner.
Well, this is definitely a big choice for Damien Sandow and JBL. Scott Steiner, I mean, you don't call him Big Papa Pump for nothing. He's a genetic freak, and that ain't normal. I still think it's criminal that we didn't get this Scott Steiner in 23. Who the fuck wants Rick Steiner in 2023? Who wanted Rick Steiner in 1990 whenever? You want the big bad booty daddy, or you don't want the Steiners at all? Rick Steiner. Eat ass. Well, there you go. There's the pump. Well, it's a little bit odd for JBL to be coming out last. Oh, hold on a minute. Bret, what are you doing? Bret, calm down. Bret, whoa, where did this come from? Bret, what in the world? Bret Hart. Well, these two are starting the match. I suppose they are the legal men, but Bret and JBL going out, and Damien Sandow going out on the outside and getting a cheap shot in on Bret. And what a strange way for this match to start. I was not expecting that out of Bret. I'd expect that out of JBL or Sandow. I don't really know what to expect from Steiner. I don't think we've seen enough of him so far. Interesting choice for him to align with these two tonight. Will this be a one-off thing, or is Steiner a part of this? I want to say conglomerate, but I don't know if that's the correct word. What does that word actually mean? One moment, please. Conglomerate meaning. I think consisting of a number of different and distinct parts of items that are grouped together. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. They're all very different. One's a billionaire, one's a genetic freak, and the other one's a genius. Well, self-professed. Yeah, I mean, I definitely use that as a word to describe these three as a group.
We're in the feeling out process here.
Who's gonna get in? Yeah, they should maintain control. Don't know why I turned into Dave Mustaine there. Hello, me. Well, this is our main event tonight. 6-man tag team match, 30 minutes on the clock. Will this one go the time limit? Will we see another very lengthy main event? Maybe. Maybe. JBL with those big right hands to the face of the rated R superstar. And like I say, Randy Orton aligning himself with Edge and Bret is definitely not something I saw coming here tonight. No history with either of the two as far as I know, so a very unique decision. One that I imagine he made off his own back. Now, whether that is so that you can get a step closer to the World Championship or not, I don't know. But I do stand by exactly what I've said many times before, what is common knowledge at this point, and that is that Randy cannot challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship for the rest of this season.
Now back to the ring. And it looks like we could be heading back into the ring.
I wonder if we're heading in the ring.
Fierce kick. What a match this is going to be. Sandow cut, and that was only a
Attempt by Sandow and only a 1 there.
exploding between these men.
Edge has been such a big part in
A swift kick.
the success. Well, I was about to say a big part in the success of Bret, but that's not true.
Friday night SmackDown.
I don't know why I went to say that, to be honest.
What a match.
Edge has found a lot of success since aligning himself with Bret, though. That is for certain. He has really ascended the ranks. He's picked up some very major and very impressive, important victories. You know, I got a lot of admiration for what Edge has managed to do to his career since finding a friend in Bret Hart. It's been real nice to see.
Over the last 10 years, SmackDown has excited the WWE Universe with some of the most memorable
Edge right now
moments in
going
television
toe-to-toe with former World Heavyweight Champion Damien Sandow.
history. What a nasty
You know, I do stand by after his loss to Sheamus earlier in the night. The question is Triple H truly ready to be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship? Well, as I said before, right now there is definitely a lobby from Bret Hart to try and get the World Heavyweight Championship defended at Night of Champions, which would put an end potentially to a brand exclusive event, so at least for one night, if that does indeed happen. And obviously that all depends on if Bret is still the World Heavyweight Champion coming out of whoa, what was that? Coming out of next week's main event. Damien Sandow and Damien Sandow and Bret facing off to unify their, well, unify I use very loosely, their World Heavyweight Championships. Big shoulder.
There's going to be a lot of offense in this match.
Randy and Sandow. I feel like there's a lot of people we haven't ever really seen Randy get in the ring with this year.
Suddenly,
Been so heavily involved in this situation with Triple H,
vicious. You can never get
which I really thought was behind us, but now I'm not too sure.
face Randy Orton. He'll strike when you least expect it.
Scott Steiner. You know, part of me thinks Scott Steiner simply agreed to team up with these guys because of the exposure that it gets him. The fact that this guy is now in the main event of this week's episode of SmackDown. In that sense, I can completely understand why he'd agree to it, you know. It is a big opportunity to be able to say, hey, I main evented SmackDown.
Memorable moments in television history, and we're witnessing more
Win or
of these
lose.
moments here tonight.
As I said before, my real wonder is whether or not this is a one-off for Scott Steiner, if this is a look towards the future, and perhaps these two have found a third man in their little union. For those two, I imagine they've found a scapegoat to blame if they lose.
You are watching Friday Night SmackDown, WWE's network television staple for
I
over
don't
10
think Scott
years.
Steiner would take that sitting down, though. Put him in a body bag. I was wondering where that was. Steiner now looking perhaps for the Steiner screwdriver. And he gets him. He got it. The fans don't really know what Steiner's finisher is, and it shows.
Right now in this awesome match.
And Sandow and JBL go, I'm going to stop. Nah.
He's seated
Now everyone in the ring, but Randy kicks out at the count of 1.
What great action we've had in this match.
Randy getting all fired up. Is he going to drop Scott Steiner with this RKO? He's really thinking about it, and that's a... the AI. The AI hurts. It hurts to watch. Very slowly. Randy's back up. Is he going to do his comeback? Holy moly, he actually is. He's not just using it to stand up. Randy dropping Scott Steiner and reverse it. I think these fans really want to see someone else get in the ring, guys. You might want to tag out. Cover attempt, just the one. I like when Michael Cole says the one along with them, but he says it afterwards. Like they've already kicked out by the time he says it. Mama. Cover attempt here by JBL on Randy Orton, and it's just a one. And now Bret getting involved. Sends JBL into their corner.
Not the position you want to be in.
Should have known that this was a six-man tag. We kind of knew what we were getting ourselves into here tonight, but you know, gotta let them happen sometimes. And there you go, hot tag, of course, reversed naturally. Can he follow up? I said it first. Edge caught there by Steiner, and here's the double team. Oh, what a chop. You really heard that one.
Oh, and the knee connects. Did you hear how his leg connected? What a punch. What a great match we have here on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, this is really great. Sheamus and Triple H eat your heart out. This is how it's done. Big spear. Whoa. Okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Cover attempt here on JBL. Can Edge get another pinfall on JBL? No. No. That would have been the perfect finish. But no. The fans have finally come alive. I'd come alive. And now we're back to slow motion. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I do regret not doing this on Xbox sometimes. But obviously, as I said before, I wouldn't have the NWO DLC. Scott Steiner wouldn't be here. And I don't have all of my CAWs and old save from 14 either, so it's not like I'd have all of that to like at least be like a silver lining. Those are all long gone, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't have my copies anymore. I don't have any of my Xbox 360 copies because me being an idiot, I replaced them. I really went through this weird mode where I just thought the PS3 was better when I got it. I think I was just really hyped to finally have it. Like, it was just the console that I just never got. And then I got it. And I think I just, like, gaslit myself to believe that it was, like, this really superior console to the Xbox. And, to be honest, it really isn't. But I'm not an elitist of either console, because, I truly believe with this generation, the 360 was better than the PS3. As I said before, I feel the PS4 was much better than the Xbox One. And even though it's the weakest of the consoles, you know, I'm always more of a Nintendo fan personally. I don't really care about like what it can do, as long as it can do it well and the games on it are fun. Cover attempt here by JBL. Very slow breakup. That was not very accurate. Big powerbomb by JBL to Edge. And this could be Bret's first loss in a long time. Now remember, this would not be technically him being pinned or submitted, but it could count as a loss against Bret. He goes to break it up, but Edge is able to kick out of JBL's old WWE Championship defending powerbomb all by himself. My God, this is so slow. What is even happening right now?
At what point, King, do those thoughts creep in of, what do I have to do to put this match to rest? I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever had those
Randy and Sandow and JBL. Who's even the legal man? It's Edge and JBL. Yeah. Okay. Into the corner. I need to quickly blow out my candle because it's starting to burn up my sinuses. I would not be surprised at all if I come back and this match is over, but I'll be right back.
They seem to have tried everything in their playbook. Well, there's more in their arsenal. I promise you that. We got a cover.
Well, the match isn't over. That's good. Ryback isn't walking out smiling with Caitlyn on his arm or whatever the hell it was from that one time.
You can see the wear and tear that this
JBL taking Edge to the center of the ring as he goes in for a cover attempt here right in front of his opposition like an idiot. And that's a breakup. I could see this match going the full 30-minute limit. This being an extremely long episode of SmackDown because it was all just this. I just don't really like getting involved in matches that much. I prefer to let them play out. This is just one of those occasions, I'm afraid. Edge is back up and tag me to Randy. Sandow now. Single leg Boston Crab on Randy Orton as he pulls himself away. Where is Bret going? I have no idea.
He fails to connect.
Okay. Randy in control. There you go. There you go. Season 4 special. Season 4 special. Okay. Matches like this, I'll just take any finish. I don't care. There's only one time you should ever be doing unmanned 6-man tags, I keep remembering. And that is Survivor Series. You've got to set like 5 hours aside before you start recording and just hope it doesn't take all of those hours. Cover attempt here. Is it over? No. That was a very strange move by Edge. I don't know what he was doing there. Straight to the midsection of Randy Orton. And now JBL very slowly walks over to the opposite team and... What? No. Oh God, Bret and Sandow started fighting on the outside. The referee has kicked them from the mat. What? We've lost 2 participants in the match. Oh, I hope this match can still finish because the last time that happened, it broke the whole match. Well, this is now broke down to a standard tag team match. Edge and Orton against Sandow. Oh, sorry, Steiner and JBL. A very odd tag team match at that. I have no idea if this match still has the possibility of ending, but you know what? It's at least got 16 minutes on it, if not. Randy Orton. Okay, he's got another comeback. I'm pretty sure he already did this. I think the match just reset. Now Randy stomping away at JBL. And a head full of momentum as he goes in for the cover on JBL. Edge, where are you going? What was that? Longest reigning tag team champion behavior right there, folks. Guess it's safe to say that Christian was the brains of the team. And a big single-handed powerbomb, because the game has an obsession with the running RKO. It will never do the regular one. But then, like, halfway through running, it goes, actually, I think I'll just throw a punch. Clothesline from hell. What a delivery. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. Where's Edge? There he is. And he was too slow. Well, Edge may have really blown it there, but as I said before, the conglomerate, as I'm calling them, this union of Sandow. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Edge checking on Bret Orton, I should say. Sandow comes. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain this. SmackDown's weird, alright? I'll see you next time.